Hello, I am Lucy Rose and you are watching Permanent Rain Press.
Hey guys, today I'm here with singer-songwriter Lucy Rose. So how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So let's start by talking about your move at a young age from Warwickshire to London to pursue your dreams as a musician. Growing up, did you know that music was a career that you wanted to follow?
I'm not sure. I didn't know what I wanted to do for a long time, and then I started learning guitar. I taught myself guitar when I was about 15, and I think at that point I thought I'm enjoying this more than I'm enjoying anything else that I'm doing at the moment, so maybe I could go into it. And then I think just the older I got, the more passionate I got about pursuing it.
It seems to have been working out pretty well for you this far.
Wow. I don't know. Well, it's been really fun. I've got to see a lot of cool things and come to places like Vancouver, which is awesome. But I still feel like there's a long way to go.
I read that you performed at many open mics when you first moved to London. As a performer, what knowledge did you gain from these experiences?
I mainly gained friends. When I moved to London I had 0 friends and I didn't really know anybody. So going to these open mics, I was working in the daytime, and then going to them was like my social thing. And it was the thing where I was meeting loads of other musicians who were all trying to do something and all writing songs. I think that was the most inspiring thing about the whole thing. It's just the people that you meet at these places and the things you see and the songs you hear. So all of it was really good.
So your debut album, Like I Used To, was released last fall. What inspired the music behind it?
I'm not sure exactly what inspired the whole thing. Each song was inspired by completely different things at different times. I had a while to write it. Most of the songs were written within the year, and a few of them I wrote just before we started recording. But everyone is completely different, and I think if I went through everyone I'd probably remember what inspired it. But I hate talking about what is behind the song or the actual feelings behind the song, because I feel like I've put enough into it, and then without divulging any more I always find it difficult.
So it is what it is, right? Here's my music.
Yeah.
You can let the stories talk for themselves.
Exactly, yeah.
So you mentioned meeting new people in London, and some of those people were the band Bombay Bicycle Club.
Mm-hmm.
And since then you've appeared on a couple of their albums, also had the chance to tour with them.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you enjoy most about collaborating with them, or any other musician?
They taught me so much. Right at the beginning when they asked me to come and sing with them, and then be a part of the second album and things like that, for me it was a huge confident boost. When you're trying to be a musician and you're trying to do it, having a band like them who I respected so much say they wanted me to come and sing on some of their songs was just huge for me. It was massive, and they taught me a lot as well. I'd never had my songs or my voice recorded on a song or anything, so hearing my voice on radio and things like that was all really exciting. And touring with the boys as well was really good, because I got to see the sort of being on the road side of it as well, and with some really great people. So I feel very lucky and grateful for the whole of that, really.
You also make and sell your own blend of tea, Builder
Yes.
Grey. 2 parts English breakfast, 1 part Earl Grey.
You've done your research.
Yeah, well, I'm a tea lover myself.
Okay.
I would like to know what inspired you to create this. Were you not satisfied with the teas individually, wanted to mix it up?
Yeah, something like that. I'm obsessed with tea. I got a really sad little teacup tattoo, and I'm a big fan of tea. And then we were sort of looking for things to sell, and I had no CDs or anything, and I was drinking this particular blend of tea, mixing tea bags because I thought it'd taste better, and then I just thought I'm going to make it and sell it at gigs, because just people kept coming and asking for things. I didn't have anything. It was a bit depressing, so then I just made some tea and sold that.
Now it's one of your trademarks you sell, so
yeah, I know, people keep asking for the tea. It's weird. Some places like tea more than others. Some places in Europe people don't like tea.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they drink tea at all. But other places are good. Luckily in the UK people seem to like tea a lot.
You are currently on your largest North American tour to date.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any significant differences touring here versus back home in the UK?
The driving. Oh my god, the driving. In the UK, I used to think like a 3-hour journey was long. I'd be like, oh god, today we've got to drive 3 hours. Yesterday we drove in one day from Boise to Vancouver, and it was 12-hour drive. I mean, it's just insane amount of driving.
Do you sleep? What do you do?
Yeah, we take it in turns. When I'm driving, I'll be like listening to music and stuff, and the other person will be sleeping, and I'll be sleeping the other way around. But luckily the big thing that's great is the scenery. I mean, the UK is a beautiful place, but I mean, the stuff I've seen here has been unbelievable. Like the drive from Kansas City to Boise through like Denver and Salt Lake City was beautiful. I've had such a good time. So that's probably the big difference, the driving, just how big it is. America's so big.
I think it's like opposite, because we're probably thinking the UK is such a beautiful place, and then sometimes you don't know how beautiful, you know.
Totally.
So, how many awkward moments have you had on this tour?
Yeah, a lot. Probably one in every show. I have an awkward moment, definitely. I mean, we could just go through each show and just talk about an awkward moment. There's that many. There's some funny gigs where, like, in Chicago, it was, because I sit down on a stool, a lot of people can't ever see me because they're all standing, and then I'm lower than them and the people at the back can't see. And I was on this little stage and it was like this high, and I was only taking up such a small amount of space. I was like, guys, you can come and take a seat here and sit on the stage if you want to see, if you can't see. So people were like sitting on the stage around me for the show. And then this like really drunk couple came in and sat on 2 seats directly behind me, like just like this sofa bench which no one else was on. And I could hear them just talking and they were like, I mean, this far away from me, like a few foot away from me, and they were just smashed, and I could see everyone watching them as well. It was just like really awkward. I was like, what
do I do?
Yeah, you guys are absolutely smashed. What's going on? And then they were like making out and stuff. It was crazy.
I'm sure you have also had your fair share of good fan moments, so do you have any to share? The best fan encounter you've experienced on this tour this far?
Jeez, there's always some at every show. I've met amazing people after every single show. So far I've met some awesome people. I think the thing that's been the best, he sounds good, he's a support act tonight, he sounds really good. What's it called? I can't stop listening to him. There's one lady in Toronto, a girl who came up to me, and she had made me the most beautiful scarf. It's one of those scarves that go all the way around.
Infinity scarves?
An infinity one. I've never had one before, and it was like the most beautiful colours. It was just really beautiful. And she's like, I didn't think you'd be prepared for like the Canadian weather, so I've knitted you this scarf. It's taken me ages, and it's just, I've worn it every day since she gave it to me. I think it's the best thing anyone's ever given me. It's really nice.
It's really kind of her.
Yeah, I know.
So, we would like to know, this is our signature question, we ask everyone, if you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
God, any ice cream flavour, what would it be? I mean, I would be chocolate. I'm not even going to try and come up with something that's interesting or anything, because in all things in life I think the simpler the better sometimes, and chocolate is delicious as well, so that's the one.
Simplicity is the way to go.
Yeah.
So shortly after this tour you'll be heading back on the road with Counting Crows, followed by your own UK headliner. With this hectic schedule, do you plan to release any new music this year?
Probably not this year. I mean, I'm trying to get my album out here in America this year, so you know, that's my main plan. I think it's coming out in July, so I'm trying to get my album out here, and then once it's out here, I think then I'll start concentrating on recording the next album. I've got a lot of songs in mind and things. If I ever get a free second, then yeah, maybe I'll start recording some new stuff.
Do you find yourself at any time of the day jotting down notes for songs?
Normally in the morning, but normally it's recently, right in the morning I would have either dreamt about like a drum beat or a bass line, so I'll wake up and, you know, and then have to quickly record it on my phone or something. And then the rest of the time, at the moment I'm writing all the band arrangements first, and then I'm leaving the lyrics, and it's been quite nice to write the lyrics while we've been travelling. Like there's one song I remember when we just flew to LA when we flew from London to LA, I wrote all the lyrics on that plane journey for the new song. We landed and played the new song for the first time, so it was quite exciting.
Yeah, I guess about those dreams, they don't last for long, so you have to get them down really quickly.
You remember it straight. You wake up and you're like, oh my god. And then it almost, sometimes in between remembering it and like picking up your phone, you can like forget it.
So thank you so much for doing this interview with us.
Oh, no problem, it's been great.
Lucy's debut album, Like I Used To, is out now, so I definitely recommend getting a copy of that.
It's out now? Is it? I
Okay,
didn't know this.
maybe not here, but you know, people can find their way of getting copies.
Out, but that's exciting. Is it on iTunes?
Maybe not Canada, I just checked, which is unfortunate because they really...
Soon it'll be out. No, I don't know if it's out. Hopefully it's out. That would be amazing.
I hope it's out.
You guys don't have it? That's fine. I'll give you a copy. Fine.
So anyways, we will be posting her social media links below, so you better check that out because she has some amazing music. And hopefully you can catch her in a city near you very soon. Thanks for watching.
'Cause I'm over it.